The power of focus. What if I told you that a boy with no electricity, no money, and no support defeated thousands to work for India's space agency? Not because he was the smartest, but because he had something rarer. He had unshakable focus. This is not just a story, it's a reminder that when the world says you can't, your focus can scream back, "Watch me." This is the story of Kabir, the boy who refused to blink. In a dusty little town tucked between silent hills and cracked roads, lived a boy named Kabir. He was no genius, no prodigy, just a simple boy with a dream much bigger than his world. His father ran a tea stall on the roadside, and his mother cleaned classrooms in a nearby government school. They lived in a one-room house made of rusted tin sheets and faded bricks, where the ceiling dripped every time it rained and power cuts lasted for hours. But Kabir didn't care. He had something inside him, a fire, a purpose, a focus that burned quietly behind his eyes. While other children ran around chasing fun, Kabir sat in silence, solving equations on torn pages under the dim light of a street lamp. His dream? To become an aeronautical engineer and work for ISRO, India's space agency. His relatives laughed. Engineer? With what money? You'll end up like your father, pouring tea. Even his friends teased him. You act too smart, Kabir. Stop dreaming. But Kabir never reacted. He didn't fight back. He didn't explain. He just focused. Every day, after helping his mother, he'd walk miles to school. In the evenings, when the lights went out at home, he would sit under a streetlight outside a ration shop and study, sometimes until midnight. He didn't care about the mosquitoes or the cold or the hunger. He had a dream, and he was chasing it one page at a time. One evening, a teacher named Mr. Sen saw him studying under that flickering light. Curious, he asked, "Why are you studying here, Kabir?" Kabir looked up and smiled. "We don't have electricity at home, sir. But that doesn't mean I should stop learning." Mr. Sen was stunned. He had never seen such quiet determination in a child. From that day, he gave Kabir his old textbooks, allowed him to use the school library after hours, and personally mentored him in math and science. Kabir soaked up everything like dry land soaking rain, but life wasn't going to make it easy for him. After 10th grade, most of Kabir's friends dropped out to work as delivery boys or in garages. They began earning quick money. They bought phones, went to movies, and made fun of Kabir. "You're still stuck with your books?" they mocked. "Your dreams won't feed your family." Even his mother began to worry. "You're working so hard, Beta," she said. "Maybe it's time to think about earning something too." But Kabir stayed calm. He knew the path he'd chosen would test him. "If I quit now," he thought, "I'll be stuck here forever. But if I stay focused, even with nothing, I'll fly." Then came the moment that changed everything. One morning, a gust of wind blew a crumpled newspaper across his feet as he walked to school. Something caught his eye. ISRO Young Scientists Program, National Level Scholarship Exam. A national competition. Only the top students from across the country would be selected, but those who did would get full scholarships, mentoring from ISRO scientists, and monthly financial support. Kabir's heart raced. He had just 20 days to prepare. No coaching, no internet, no guidance, just himself. From that day, he locked into a routine that only warriors follow. He woke up at 4 a.m., studied with full concentration, helped his mother, attended school, returned, studied again till midnight. No TV, no phone, no gossip, no friends, just purpose. People called him obsessed. He smiled. For 20 days, he disappeared from the world. He had only one goal, to give his best or die trying. The day of the exam arrived. Kabir walked into the exam center wearing worn-out slippers and a faded shirt. Around him were students from private schools with laptops, branded bags, and coached minds. But Kabir had something they didn't: unbreakable focus. When the paper landed on his desk, his fingers didn't tremble. He didn't worry about the others. He just solved each question with the precision of someone who had already seen this moment in his dreams, over and over again. Weeks passed. The results were announced online. Kabir didn't even have internet at home. He went to a cyber cafe, hands trembling, lips whispering a silent prayer. Rank 2. In the entire country, he was selected. His mother cried in silence. His father, weak from illness, sat upright for the first time in weeks. The town that once laughed at him now gathered to clap. Reporters came. Local leaders came. People said, "We always believed in you, Kabir." But Kabir didn't say much. He just opened his notebook and turned to the next page. Years passed. Kabir, once a boy under a streetlight, now stood at a launch pad, not as a visitor, but as one of the lead engineers on India's next rocket mission. Cameras clicked, applause echoed. A journalist asked, "Kabir, what was your secret? How did you come so far from where you began?" He smiled and replied, "Dreams give us direction. Discipline gives us strength. But focus gives us wings." Moral: in a world full of noise, chaos, and shortcuts, focus is a superpower. It's not about being the smartest, richest, or luckiest. It's about shutting out the distractions, believing in your path, and walking it every single day, no matter how hard it gets. Because in the end, the world belongs not to those who start fast, but to those who stay focused till the finish.